Hey guys, welcome to the Shack, episode number 49. I'm glad to be here. I know you've been missing us. Mikey just put out episode 48 not that long ago. That was a good one.
A solid conversation with Craig Caudill of the Kentucky Caudill.
Yes. So if you have not listened to that one,
that sounded very efficient.
So that's good to go. So today in the studio we got
people. Scooter, man on the inside.
Spen from JRE Industries.
Tyler. If you listen really close, you can hear Spen in the background of episode 48. He was building a fire.
Yes.
Well,
Nice.
I was clapping too.
And then there was a bushcraft rave.
Mm-hmm.
But it's Mikey.
And Nick.
And Sam.
Wow.
And Logan.
There you go.
Camera guy Logan.
Camera guy Logan.
He's a man of many words.
He has got 2 cameras today. So those of you on YouTube, you can thank Logan for the camera shots. So thank you, Logan, for taking care of the camera, bud. All right, so Spen, basically you and I have known each other for a number of years now.
Probably going on 20.
Yep, probably messing around with knives and leather about the same time.
Pretty much.
We came to know each other through a mutual friend, Timmy.
Yep.
Stexler, and he was real into the bushcraft knives thing. I don't know if I ever asked you how you and Timmy met.
We met through knife forms.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Through the forums, yeah.
So we actually were friends for a number of years and never met each other.
Was it an argument about whether cardboard sheaths or leather sheaths were better?
That was
far superior.
Right.
Yeah. But for those of you that were wondering what the heck I'm talking about, Tim is a big fan of putting a cardboard sheath on all his knives.
And duct tape. Special duct tape.
Hi, Tim.
And the beauty of it is it works fine.
Love you, Tim.
Listen, we're going to work very good. Oh, go ahead, Scooter.
Well,
No,
as long as
wet.
I was about to say, if it stays dry or
You didn't use enough duct tape.
on.
None of the duct tape to weatherproof
Get
it.
the duct tape, start at the bottom, go up so it shingles. Over.
You know we have to force Tim to listen to this one now.
That's good.
Tim's our only fan. He'll be listening anyway.
Right.
But Tim has been a good fan of both of the companies for years, a good friend.
absolutely, yeah.
I know I said fan, but friend. And we've known him as long as we've known each other. But you and I met down at PWIP in Carolina. Yeah, North Carolina. Think about it.
Yep.
Pretty much just put blind boards together, and you and Dan were coming up with what JRE was a thing, right? It already had its name by then.
Yes, right.
Yeah. And you were making cheese for other knife makers at that time, right?
Just starting out. I was making cheese for Bark River at the time.
Okay, right on. Great knives.
Mm-hmm.
So what the heck? Why not?
Because it was something I can do. Kydex has a place. I was never really a big fan of Kydex.
Did that hurt? Did that sting deep?
Sorry, Sammy.
Sam is breathing now.
I still love you, Thunderbug, so it's okay.
That one hurt a little.
Yeah.
It's going to take some time.
Okay. I know. But I made a knife when I was like 7 or 8 years old out of a power hacksaw blade. And just decided one day, rather than using galvanized steel as my sheath, I decided I'm going to go to Tandy's, get some leather that I have no idea what I'm doing, and make a sheath out of it using paracord for stitching.
Paracords. I don't hate that though.
It was horrible. It was absolutely
So
horrible.
it's as early as the picture in my head.
Yeah. No, it was horrible. Yeah, I do not recommend it.
But did it work?
It kept the knife from not cutting me, when it wasn't using. So, yeah, it definitely worked.
Well, that's better than LT's Tarzan outfit, so.
Oh, shots fired! Shots fired!
Do we have pictures?
No. No. It probably wasn't going to be. It wouldn't have been pretty. But that's. I mean, my early knife run around like Tarzan in the woods with this old cleaver thing my dad ground into a knife stuck in an old. I remember what it was. We had a canvas arrow quiver. So I took it and I was able to roll the edges down to make it a lot shorter, and it covered my knife, and I cut 2 slits in it so it goes over my belt, and that's what I did. It was probably uglier than that thing you had, but it worked.
I don't know.
The knife was so dull it could not cut through the canvas, so I was fine.
Handy.
Yeah, it was had a safety edge and a safety point, but it was cool. Oh my God, it was cool. When you're a kid, it just right. It's like
I too did the Tarzan thing, except with a butter knife. Then no sheath.
And
That was burning in much.
You know who Tarzan is?
It's just like Tarzan is that thing.
They have a modern day cartoon. I'm sure you all have seen it.
Yeah, but it wasn't in black and white like they're talking about.
Yeah.
Georgia Jungle is way cooler.
Well, I've told the story many times. My Tarzan influence started from my grandfather, who I would go over there on Saturday afternoon. And back then, when there was rabbit ears on television and UHF, you young
And
guys,
tinfoil.
Scott, Spen, Mike, you guys might remember. Well, Spen remembers for sure. But they had, I
You're old.
I had black and white TV. So yeah.
It's been just recently
Now, wait a minute. Spen and I are 1 month apart in age, so I can whack him a little bit.
Well,
He's the older of the two.
I am older, so respect your elder.
By a month. No, but remember they used to have these Saturday afternoon programs. For a while, Captain Pitt used to put on Godzilla movies. But at one point, there was this Tarzan theater or something. I don't remember. And it was the old black and white Tarzan movies.
With,
Johnny Weissmuller was one of them.
I thought that was the name.
He was better than Tarzan. It's like James Bond. There's a lot
Yeah,
of
okay.
But Weissmuller was, if he wasn't the first, he was the most famous early.
We have tracked it way, way back.
Okay, and
We are in the
quick movie
JRE.
trivia. What movie was he in with a car thief?
Wait,
Now it's old people.
wait, who are we talking about?
Johnny Weissmuller.
With a car theme?
Nope.
No, Wild Wild World.
I'll take what?
No.
American Graffiti.
Remember when they invented the wheels?
Bet you a dollar. Oh, on camera.
No.
Bet you a dollar.
Okay. Anyway.
Dollar, big money.
Bring it back in, people. Bring it back in.
Sorry.
I mean, I know you guys here got the $5 dime, but $1, that's big money.
I am. I'm going to go look that up because I did not. I have to be honest. I did not know that.
Stupid Android.
Jack was there. Cool fan Jack was on it.
Correct.
Okay. So Spen and I met at PWIP, became fast friends. I don't even remember at the time. I know I wasn't making cheese, but somehow we exchanged phone numbers and we started talking every now and then.
You had the large workhorse with you. You had the large workhorse because I remember the way you did the lanyard on the back. I was fascinated by.
Oh, the pinch lanyards.
Yeah. I was fascinated by that. And yeah, we exchanged numbers, and then you said, "Hey, can you make a sheet for this?"
Yeah, sure. That's probably exactly how it happened. And then we would talk now and then on the phone and, just say, hey, how's it going? We would get order of this, that, and the other. And then something happened, and we became closer friends, and we got into a habit of almost talking daily, if not talking daily.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking for a 5-minute conversation. We would sit down, he would put his ear by the thing and keep stitching, and I would still be grinding and messing with stuff for an hour.
Yeah.
And it was one of those, he vent one day, I vent one day. Life is rough. I don't know why I'm doing this. Oh my God, this is hard. You name it, we talked about it. We invented so many things that didn't work.
Yep.
And a few that did.
You in the basement, me in the garage with 3 heaters going and still 30 degrees. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it would be so cold out. It's like, okay, what do you cook? Because he would cook his lunch on his heaters.
I remember you telling me that.
Yeah. And he would say, I got this on, because I'd hear this noise. I was like, what are you doing? Stirring my soup. What are you,
Making Dinty
where are you at? I'm in the shop.
Yeah.
Well, how are you doing? I'm cooking on top of my heater. So yeah, that was going on. And I was eating Pop-Tarts.
The original slow cooker.
Oh yeah, it was great. A little small Dutch oven that I had put on top of it. Put 2 or 3 chicken thighs in there, whatever cans of veggies I could throw in there, some spices. In the morning, just let it cook, and by 2 o'clock, it was ready to go.
Yeah,
It was awesome.
Those were the, I don't know what we want to call them good old days, but those were
the old days.
the lean old days.
Yeah.
Because it was, we were both struggling, trying to figure out how to take over the world.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things, like, hey, what are you doing today? Or what do you want to do today?
Yeah.
The old Ren and Stimpy thing. Take over the world.
Yeah.
Or Brain and
Pinky and Brain.
Sorry, wrong one.
Yep.
Ren and Stimpy wanted to burn the world.
Okay. We just wanted to take over.
Stimpy, you fat-bloated idiot.
They got copyright infringement.
That was less than 30 seconds. We'll be all right.
One of the most intriguing things I remember about seeing of your sheets at first was that square bone. And I was like, I'm in love. It just changed the whole look of a knife. Up to that point, I had not seen a knife sheath that didn't follow the shape of the knife.
Oh, okay.
You know, and then the square bottom Gundy, or whatever, I can't remember, is that what you called it? Or?
That was the initial, that was one of the original designs, was that one. And that was actually named when I was doing customs. I had a guy, his last name was Gundy. And he says, hey, I want to make this, and I want to do the kind of square boot belt loop on the bottom rather than round, and I want it stitched. And I just want rather than sloping the opening, he says, I want it kind of like an oval. So like for a fall knife and F1.
Okay.
So like, okay, how about I just name it a Gundy? Good.
And that's where that, see, I didn't know.
Yeah, that's where that came from. It was a customer when I was doing customs.
That is very cool. And I mean, your sheaths right now with that square bottom are world renowned. And I'm not exaggerating when I say world. They're everywhere. And they are, in my opinion, the best and the most recognizable bushcraft sheath. Period.
Well, they're on every single knife, just about.
Every bushcraft knife out there has a version he makes it to fit it. It's on every knife we make, yes, for sure. And that was the other thing, because we became fast friends, the relationship's grown. And one of the reasons, other than just being friends and, friends help friends, we literally have no callbacks on issues. I mean, if we get a callback, they got to put it in backwards and cut it out the front. And I mean, it's never like, hey, this is poor quality. There's something wrong with it.
The stitching's crooked.
Yeah, and I mean, nothing. So we kudos to that, because gosh darn, that is such a low percentage probably comebacks for you.
It is.
Yeah. And plus, you put a lifetime warranty on your stuff.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It doesn't matter what happens. So, like, if they put it in backwards, cuts it, they will email me. It's like, hey, sorry, I cut it the wrong way. I want to replace it. How much? Just give me your address. I'll replace it.
Yeah.
But I cut it. I don't care.
Yeah. And that's important.
I have a few of them that dogs decided it was a great chew toy. So
They taste like cow.
I had one or two people actually send them to me. So I've got a couple of them that are chewed by dogs. So
Do you have like a wall of shame?
I do have some sheets that have been through the ringer because people have literally just worn them out. So I says, hey, if you don't mind, send it back to me. I'd like to keep it. So they'll send it back. I'll send them a brand new sheet.
One time I was wet forming one of your sheaths, and I jokingly said to LT, it was holding the water that stitched that nicely. And I'm like, we should do sheath shots at some point.
Ooh. Yeah, it wasn't dripping out.
No, it was
Malort
in there and staying. Oh, no.
Lost me there.
I'm sorry.
You're doing so good.
Yeah,
Just
right
made
up
the turn.
But, no lie.
Leather flavored Malort sounds like a winner.
Actually, it might make it taste better.
Yeah, I mean, the dyes.
We can run it through your socks. And it tastes better.
It'll filter out the yuck.
Is bad. Is very bad.
Yeah. So as far as you know, the square bottom, is that like a JRE?
It's not an exclusive. I actually saw it in the British or European bushcraft community is where I started seeing that initially. But as far as I knew at the time when I started it, nobody in the United States was making them, or very few were making them as customs.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I just same thing like you. I love the design of it. I love the functionality of it.
Yeah.
Like, that's going to be my style.
And again, the simplicity, though, it's clean.
Mm-hmm.
It literally is clean. It's just a really nice look. And I love walking around at an event and seeing that square tail sticking out below someone's jacket. Because immediately,
Yeah.
First of all, it's a JRE sheath, and I'm hoping it's an LTWK inside that.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, yeah, I love seeing that.
We saw quite a few of those at Georgia Bushcraft. And
Yeah, that's a tough crowd to sell a new knife to.
And the sheath, for that matter.
Although there were a lot of people that were walking around with just knives, and we're like, sheath guy right there.
Oh, right on.
You should sheath that.
So you made a new customer friend?
oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, I've got, if somebody like at Georgia Bushcraft or Blade Show or any, REC, whatever, if they come up with a knife and say, hey, do you have a sheath for this? I've got about an 85% chance that I'm going to hit it.
Yeah.
That's good.
Unless it's some guarded buoy that just has to be special
Or some
something.
recurve, kukri, something or other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And on top of all that, you have the strops that go with that. which I absolutely love. My bat, my travel one, all of them. They're
And then
fantastic.
strap, right? You have
Yes.
3 different
Yeah.
versions of that.
Right.
Field strap, bat.
There you go.
And they're all excellent.
Absolutely. They're 100% excellent. We have to tell that story from Indiana that time. So, but I want, before I get there, I wanted to, okay, so we love the square bottom fire steel loop.
Yes.
Was that you? Or do you remember?
It wasn't me, but I saw it somewhere, and it's
Okay.
like, I think this is cool. I'm going to do this.
Because, man, how important. I rarely see sheaths today without fire steel loops anymore. You probably have to make more with than without, right?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, it's probably a good 80% of them have fire steel loops, unless they're smaller sheets.
What's the smallest sheet you put a fire seal loop on?
The smallest one would be an A.
I was about to say, we've got Frontier.
That's the smallest.
with.
I mean, I've done them on L's. It looks weird, but I've done it for
It's almost overpowering, but
Yeah, it's almost
standard 3/8 loop
Yeah.
on the A.
so if anyone out there is wondering what fire steel it fits, it's a 3/8.
3/8 diameter,
as a standard.
Yep.
But it can be wet formed to accept a hat.
Oh, yeah.
Correct.
I've done that a couple
I've
times.
seen a few people do that.
I've done it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would like a Bic sleeve on there. I think that would be cool.
Like a mini deck.
Any. Okay. Either or.
There you go.
You tell me, Spen.
That's custom.
So you got the square bottom, which is kind of your thing. And you have the fire steel loop, which again I relate to JRE, and the open grommets. That was another thing. Because,
Yeah.
you know, back,
Rivets
what,
or
20, 25 years ago, you either got sewn sheets or riveted sheets.
Mhm.
Open grommets were not even
Right.
like a thing. So is that a JRE thing? Did you?
It started with Bark River on that one with putting
Okay.
eyelets in, but we were using the small eyelets.
Right.
So the inside diameter is about 1/8 of an inch, very small. You were actually one that came up with the larger eyelets, so we can put Chicago screws through there.
Exactly. So we could do some piggyback
Right.
and attach gear.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Or attach that to gear.
Attach that to gear, right.
Or
And that
another
works
sheet.
really well.
Mm-hmm.
What about the dangler? Is that a JRE thing?
No, that was just something I borrowed from somebody else. Yeah. And then,
But it works out so
The
well.
execution is.
yes.
That's what I mean. So this sheet, we'll just say for like our Genesis, that dangler, it swings out of the way. You can carry it on your hip as a regular hip sheet. It's got the square bottom, open grommets, and a fire steel loop. It's the complete package.
But for the most part, when I started with the danglers, or when I saw the danglers and thought it was a really good idea, it was always the very large, almost machete-sized sheets that they would use the danglers for. Nobody was doing them for small sheets.
Yeah. And now you've changed that, which makes it super convenient.
Now he has clip-on danglers.
Yeah.
Swedish dangler.
Snap danglers.
Yeah.
Swedish dangler.
Don't do it. I was.
And I mean,
Don't do
thanks to companies like Ulticlip,
Mm-hmm.
now pocket sheets
Yes.
are because before you had to sew a clip into the front of a sheet and it bulked it up too much, right?
Which I still do.
Okay.
You know, I still do that. I do a chevron on the back, and I do a small clip for that for pocket carry.
Right.
But I'm slowly developing a product line of all my standard size sheets that'll accept an Ulticlip.
Sign me up.
Or the clip that muzzleloader's using, the discrete carry.
Discrete carry cushion, yeah.
Oh, that
Yeah,
one is
those
a
clips.
pocket grabber.
They're the best.
Holy crikey.
Those are
I love those.
Yeah, they're impressive.
And the Ulti-Clip AP clips, those are
I'm
fantastic.
not doing no the AP.
Yeah, that's the one that goes on the rail.
Oh, okay. Yeah, is that the one I have now?
Yes.
See, I don't know the name of it, but I have the Ulticlip, and again, I carry that knife in a leather sheath upside down on my PFD for kayak.
Portable document format?
I have a PDF of that Ulticlip.
Careful.
He just printed it out. Just puts it out there. This is like my
I'm
sure.
So, but anyway, the sheets definitely are legendary. They've been in TV shows,
Yes.
and they've been in magazines multiple times. So,
He's gone as many seasons of Alone as we have.
yeah, that's funny because that would be legit.
Has there been any kayaks up there?
Yeah, Chris Weatherby had one.
I couldn't remember.
You know, and then everything else is leather. I think everything else was leather after that.
But he had a leather backer on his kayak, so
Yeah.
still had JRE.
Right on.
Nice.
I think Larry Roberts was the first one.
We get along.
Yes. Yeah. And,
Chandra Buzz.
I put your leather on.
Larry and
You put some leather on my kayaks.
No, you got kayaks on my leather.
Oh, stop it.
That's a perfect match.
do that creative leather backer kayak front.
Do
That's a
the
great idea. We should put something together.
do
Okay,
the
make a note of
leather Kydex Tundra guy fist bump thing. Go ahead.
Yeah, so the weird.
There we go.
Wonder when power is activated.
What about a 5'7"?
So, has leather been good to you?
Absolutely. Yes.
Have you seen the car you showed up in?
Anytime someone says something like that, immediately I go back to Garrett Moore Saturday Night Live. Decibels been very, very good. You know?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I got
Yep.
I'm sure it's on
I'll travel back again.
Yeah.
It's on the radio.
I think this was either black or white or perhaps a radio broadcast.
when you guys, when you first did it, you stopped
Back
away.
when moving pictures were a thing.
Are you guys talking over here?
Somebody gave him coffee.
Sorry about that. Anyway, when you did step into leather, you went. Okay, we'll let them.
Okay.
Next, play with your lock.
So when you step away, or when you went into the leather thing, did you step away from everything, like work-wise, or what?
No, actually, I was doing both at the same time.
Okay.
For a while there, for about 2 years. I was a data processing guy for 20 years.
You saw the AI thing coming back then.
I did, right? Yeah, yeah. I watched the movie 2001.
Nice.
So yeah,
No, I love
Still
that
punch
movie.
cards back then, or were you on to the 3.5 disc?
we actually had punch tape to run our CNC machines, and that was one of the things I was responsible for. To
Now
make
that
sure
I know,
that
I'm
worked.
familiar with.
I never
Yeah.
heard of that.
No.
That's some
Punch card?
That's some
Tape? No.
Yeah, the program was actually on a fan-folded tape. It was an inch wide paper tape,
Wow.
and it was punched, and you would actually literally have to feed it through the machine to load the code.
all the ones and zeros.
Crazy talk.
It was.
Never heard of that one.
It's so much easier to ask Siri for something.
Careful, all our phones are going off. Some of them anyway.
But I was doing both for about a year and a half, 2 years. The company I was working for got bought out by a bigger company. And I knew the writing was on the wall when the
Spray paint drive?
yeah, exactly.
was born.
Right. When the director of IT was born the same year I graduated high school. So I knew the writing was on the wall there. I'm just the old dog in IT, and eventually I would let him go.
Did you want that at all?
No, at the time, but I was, you know.
And I
In IT, yeah. Yeah. I was definitely the old dog. So thank God I had JRE going at the same time, and once they decided I was useless,
Antiquated, I think is the term.
yes, that's better. Yeah. Yeah. Or useless.
We love you, Spen.
Thank you. Thank you. I was able to step over full time and make JRE my thing.
Right on. Yeah, good deal. And I'm glad you did.
Me too.
Yeah.
It seemed to work out pretty well for you.
Yeah, well, and if anyone's curious, the reason we don't make our own sheath, it was the biggest reason, is we can make a knife in time to make a sheath. And I mean, I learned that on like week one.
We got a guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, literally, it's
Better
like,
get it.
why do I have to do this? You know, because again, you get a knife done, I'd be ready to go to show, and be like, oh crap, I got to stay up late and make a sheath. Sure as heck didn't want to do that because I could make another knife. Then all of a sudden you find this guy and he's got these models and they look really good and it's good leather and straight on that line. And that's another thing, you use good leather.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in my opinion, we're getting credit the top dog.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, their stuff is very consistent.
Yeah.
Very consistent.
Canadian leathers.
Nice.
I like them quite a bit. You guys got some leather questions you want to hit him with? Because I do have a Spen story from the Indianapolis show when I went through it. I'm going to tell him this.
How many sheets in 1 year's time do you put out?
We average about 12,000 sheets a year.
And
When he says we, it's him and one other guy.
Yeah, I got a full time, and then I've got my office manager, which is my sister-in-law.
Right on?
Yeah, no office secrets there.
Now, 12,000's a lot of leather.
Yeah. And how many of those go on LT right now?
7.
Right. Man.
7. But yeah, that's a lot of knives. Thank goodness. That's a lot of size of leather.
Yes.
I can't even imagine. Do you walk into your shop and you go,
I don't even smell it anymore. But I'll come home and Wendy will be like, you smell like leather.
Why, thank you, dear.
Yes. Yes, I do.
you've been to the sheath shop, I
Yes.
can tell.
Uh-huh.
Right. That was it.
What do you do when you find a blem on a bend? So like bee sting or anything like that? Do you? I don't know. Every sheath that I've seen that you produced is immaculate. It looks perfect. Like it was never. Like yeah.
Mm-hmm. It depends. Most of the time, that'll be the welt.
I got you.
I'll use the welt out of it.
You can't repair that, right?
No. No.
So legit, if there's a booger on a sheath, it's got to
Anything.
work
Yeah.
around it.
Right.
You'd never be able to hide it. Huh?
Oh no, not at all. If we get some glue on the front of it or something like that, if you catch it right away, you can take it off. It's usually pretty easy to wipe off. If it's sitting there any more than 5 or 10 seconds, it's permanent. So you just got to chuck a leather glue booger on there.
And then basically it's a no good sheath.
Right. It's second.
It becomes a second because even though there's nothing at all wrong with the sheet,
Right.
you cannot let that go out the door, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if it's not stitched, we'll just make welts out of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you just
That's cool.
Yeah, we'll try to do whatever we can. I've got a table full of scraps that are various sizes that are not big enough to make the actual face of it that we'll use for welts or anything else. We can get danglers out of it, anything out of the smaller pieces, especially stuff that has blemishes on it or tick marks or anything like that. You know, if we can make a welt out of it where it's hidden between, all you need is the thickness. So it doesn't matter what the top or bottom of it looks like.
right, because all you're seeing is the edge. Right?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
What do you actually do to the edges of the sheet to make them clean up?
We've got, once everything's glued and stitched, then we've got a 2x72 grinder that we use an 80 grit belt on, and we'll grind them so they're square.
You need some 80 grit belts.
I bet that smells
grinding every single
really bad.
Yeah. So we grind them so they're nice. So all the 3 pieces are even on them, and then after that we use a belt that's felt. So I touch it every day, so it's actually felt. But it's actually made out of felt.
It took me one whole second to register that one.
Today on HR problems.
Right? Well, it's loaded up with beeswax, and then we use a product on there called Gum Tragicam. Which
Can you spell that?
no, it took me about 4 years to actually figure out how to pronounce it.
I feel like that's a winning question for Jeopardy.
Yes.
Is that 2 words?
No. Well, gum.
We are stuck on this word.
Yeah. It's like GRE.
It's called a Tragican, not a Tragican.
Exactly.
Never heard of it.
We are stuck.
So we'll coat the edge with that, and then we'll buff it on the felt belt.
So you grind and buff your edges?
Yes, every single one. Yeah.
That's
Yeah. I mean, they got the look.
And then
That's
after
not
that gets done,
burnished.
is we go back with brown leather dye and we coat it. So it looks all so then it evens out.
Gotcha. Yeah, and those sheets are called double dyed
Yes.
for a reason.
Right.
And what is that reason, Dave?
Because the inside flesh is dyed the same color of the outside, which is from the very beginning, that's always been my pet peeve, like going to Ren fairs or
that
anything
too.
like that.
Yeah.
People make these beautiful leather cosplay outfits, and the inside of it is never dyed. It's
Yeah.
always just that plain natural leather
I've
look.
seen that done inside a sheet.
Yeah,
And,
you're like, what?
and it always drove me nuts.
It looks unfinished.
It does. It always does. So our stuff is always dyed the same color inside and out.
Come on, who's that remind you of?
Okay, I'm long. Wait, what?
Who said you should make the inside you can't see as nice as the outside you can?
Steve Jobs.
Thank you.
Yeah. I have to, well, I have to, you have to preface it, but yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%. And that's that, I don't want to say quirky, but that's that artistic side of Spen. You want I can't let this go out the door
Yeah.
with that look.
Does it come that way or you do it?
No, it comes that way. We specifically have
They
it.
spray it or whatever.
It's split to 8 ounces as close as they possibly can, and then they respray it.
And that's another thing. You buy oversized and have it split so that it's true, as opposed to buying it 8 and it wavers.
Correct.
Which then gives you a very consistent.
Right. Yeah, if you go to like Tandy Leather or something like that, any of their sides are sized to like 7 to 8, 8 to 9, 9 to 10, something like that. But it can be anywhere from the low side of 7 ounces to the high side of 8 ounces. So you could have up to a 1/16 of an inch, or almost 2 ounces of thickness difference.
Right.
So all the leather we get is all split to 8 ounces, as close as they can get it.
Right.
What's the thickest leather you've ever made a sheath out of, and the thinnest leather you've ever made a sheath?
My very first sheath, the one for that handmade knife, I made it out of 14-ounce leather, which was
Okay, and what do you use now?
8 ounce.
So literally twice as thick.
Oh, it was ridiculous. Yeah,
How thick can the leather be?
14 ounces. 14 to 15 is the thickest that a cowhide.
Which is how thick?
Steak. It's the size of a steak.
8 ounce leather is approximately 1/8 of an inch thick.
Okay.
So 14 to 15 is
quarter of an
almost just under a quarter inch thick.
Oh my goodness.
Did you have to heat it to bend it?
Oh, I was soaked for like an hour. Yeah,
Holy cow.
Did you use a drill press for the holes?
I did actually. Yeah.
That's not fun because that's how I used to put my holes in all my leather before Spen started making sheets was the drill press. No kidding.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
And pro tip, if you're drilling for stitching, don't use a drill bit. Use a brad.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you cut the tip off a brad, chuck it into a drill press, and use that.
There you go. There's your pro tip. If you're working leather, Spen, you're good.
Write that down, people.
Yep.
Where's your notebook?
And if you have any further questions, hit him at spin.mike.
All right.
So when are you going to offer the master class here? Because that's
I would love to, but it's a 9-hour drive to get here. I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning.
Okay. Now, actually, Spen and I have talked about doing something, and we may still do it if we get enough interest. Literally bringing him in for a stitch by hand your own leather sheath, showing you how do you fit it? Because you sure as heck don't want to go buy this stuff and you make the sheath and the knife's too big for the sheath, because that is stupid easy if you've never made a sheath, because your brain thinks backwards. It has to be the size of the inside, not the outside. And
Well, if you make the sheet too big, that's an easy fix.
Yeah.
If you make it too small, you can't.
That's easy too. You gotta make it
You get to try again.
we talked about that. You can, when you're shaping a knife, what do I always say to you, Michael?
I can fix big, I can't make it any smaller.
That's right. I cannot fix small. So same thing.
always take more off.
But we have talked about him coming over here and teaching the saddle stitch or something, just some simple, hey, if you want to make a leather piece at home, here's the thing, like do a day Saturday class. We have to talk about that again and make it worth your while and get you down here and
We'll get you pizza or something.
then invite.
From Chicago, where it's real pizza.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
And that, folks, is the end.
Now wait a minute.
I have one thing to say about
Wait.
Chicago pizza.
Yes.
Y'all invented Malort.
And
It's the same.
Spen, I'd be on your side on this one if you had brought us pizza.
I could have brought you frozen Lumonati's.
So
So sad.
wouldn't that be a fun PH thing?
Yes.
Pizza? Yeah.
No, hand stitching with Spen with pizza.
With pizza.
So we could.
And if y'all want to buy us pizza, there's a support the show icon at the bottom.
There you go. Yeah, support the show.
Hey, we can do a Kickstarter.
Nice.
Well,
So with all the leather projects you've done, some of them specifically,
Yes,
deep types of things,
I know.
what's your favorite?
My favorite.
Your favorite thing to make out of leather?
this not a sheath.
You can be a sheath.
I miss
Well,
the
it's the
snap
answer.
wraps.
That's a good question. Besides the sheet, I think my favorite one, the way just aesthetically and how it looks, is the multi-tool pouch.
Oh, I'm a fan.
Solid choice.
Yeah.
Because it's a very different look. It's almost steampunky look.
It does. It does. I love how you have the flap and the snap.
Yeah.
That I really like. I think.
Yeah,
that's
there was cool, and then the custom one you did for me for a flashlight holder.
Mm-hmm.
magazine holder,
Right.
and my multi-tool.
Yes.
The win, the total win. That's
a big one.
I love that one. Well, before that, like the one I ran before that was the multi-tool with a snap, and it had a flashlight on the back and a fire steel on the front. So I had two loops.
That is the one I wish you would make all of the time because
That one?
multi-tool sheaths are horrible and he won't listen to me.
I know they are.
Well, but it's a little bit of a pain.
But he won't make
for him to make. And
Still not going to make them.
They have to be,
work that out.
everyone has to be wet formed, but
Yeah.
I am working on a different idea for that.
Okay. Because I too love that particular setup. I thought the coin pouches you did recently, the triangle coin pouch with a double snap, those were pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those were cool.
I do change.
And I'm a big fan of the key keeper. Is that what you call this thing that I'm wearing? I probably have 5 of these now. I have them inside my bag to carry stuff on, not necessarily keys, just to clip something that I don't want to have to dig in the bottom of my bag for.
With your special clip. Because you didn't like the ones I used.
You're right. I know I'm picky. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I know exactly.
Because he has to redo one of the parasport things. Yeah, I know I'm a little quirky like that, but it works. It works really good.
Yeah.
See? Okay. But yeah. No, I like the multi-tool. You got to bring that to market because that is really cool.
It is. The multi-tool pouch is on market.
No,
It's on the website.
multi-tool sheet.
Oh, with all the other stuff. Or
Yeah,
just
I
a
like
regular
it.
multi-tool.
I like
Just the regular
just the regular
multi-tool.
multi-tool one. Yeah.
It's just, it's the
Flashlight
wet,
holder on one
Don't-
side,
don't-
Sharpie holder on the other. Oh,
it's the wet forming of them that takes the time.
See, I like it with
Let them
no
wet form it.
extra
You
stuff.
can't.
You can't. You have to do it in order to stitch it.
You know.
Yeah,
I've had this one for decades,
there we go.
or at least one decade,
Yeah.
One big egg.
for my Leatherman. This is a multi-tool pouch been made eons ago. I think I had that.
Yeah, I didn't do that. That looks like a laser thing.
We lasered
Yeah.
down.
But yeah,
Yep, that's me.
Oh yeah,
but again,
Every day.
where or what?
every single day.
When you're lost on where to get your leather, just look for the compass.
Mm-hmm.
That's not.
Whoa.
Right there.
Right down.
Well done, Michael.
Line scrolled it up right there, people.
He found it.
Yeah.
Good job.
That's what I normally tell people at shows.
That goes on a t-shirt, man. I'm telling you.
What did you say again?
When you're lost for what to look for in leather, just look for the compass.
That's good.
That's awesome.
I'll take that in hat.
Yeah.
Quick, make a sticker.
Leather patches with that on there.
There you go.
Yeah.
If only you had a laser.
I know.
There you go. That's good. Who else got a leather question?
I'm going to go with the opposite, though. Sam's question: what is your least favorite?
The multi-tool pouch.
Right, that's probably it right there.
Custom.
My least favorite. That's a good question.
No, we're
Probably probably machete sheaths would be my least
Oh, I could see that.
because of the size.
jumbo.
That's a lot of
That
cat.
is,
Yeah.
that's a lot of leather.
Yeah.
No, I can see that.
Yeah.
Because that's a lot of clean leather.
Yes, exactly.
You have to have a piece that big that has no marking on it.
Right.
Yeah. Which is a huge undertaking.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Which is one of the things why it takes so much leather when I just did those ones that I brought here. Those private lot ones.
Those are the S, right?
They're the
That
S,
takes up- yeah, because that opened up must be 2 foot by 12 or at least.
That takes a lot of leather, and you've got to have that chunk of leather that doesn't have any of those tick marks or, barbed wire marks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brands.
Brands. I've got a box of brands.
I feel like
I feel like you should sew all those together.
I don't know what to do.
yeah, that would be a cool addition.
Seriously?
I don't know what to do, but I've been collecting them for years.
Can you fake the live edge with the laser?
Yeah, probably could, yeah.
Because they become something to set stuff on.
Like coasters?
That's not a bad idea.
Picture
Oh, yeah.
display.
Yeah, why not?
But I've got some that are maybe like an inch and a half all the way up to like tall.
Dude, I'm serious. Like,
Stitch them all together and you have a patchwork
you
leather.
can lay knives on it and has the old UH brand or whatever.
All different
It'd be
brands,
cool, man. Just fake live edge that thing. Dude, you can sell them
You
all
could,
year long.
you could put your sheaths on them at shows, like
Yeah,
on the little
yeah,
place.
a lot.
It's a great idea.
It's a display thing. We need some for the virtual show.
Yeah.
December 6th.
All right.
Hey, you're coming back to that, right?
Not a lot from Whitman and Gray because their leather is so clean. I hardly ever see a brand on there. But when I get the plain leather for the straps,
Okay.
there's a lot of them on there, all different sizes and everything else.
Oh man, I would love to have a few of those.
That'd be a cool lampshade.
Well, I just think for laying it on your,
Okay, Buffalo.
laying it down somewhere to throw your keys on.
Stitch them all together and you've got that. Yeah.
Back in the closet. It could be like a key catcher. So guy comes home, instead of throwing them on his dresser and it nicks the dresser every time, he's got that leather brand that he throws his keys and his pocket knife on.
That's a good idea.
One of those little
I didn't
fold-up
know about that.
areas, you could do that too.
Well, they're so different and varied in sizes.
That's what I mean. It doesn't have to be a shape. You just live edge what's there and call it done.
Yeah.
I like it.
I think the Conhouse guys would do that.
Oh, dude, he's right. The Powerhouse guys would eat that up.
Okay.
Especially
Especially if you're PH brand some stuff.
I can do that
Some
too.
of your scraps, PH brand, fake live edges.
Make a legit brand, heat it up at lunch.
We can make that here. We can make a brand here.
I'm sure.
No
I
problem.
can weld it.
Oh, I like
I
that.
mean, we can weld
That's a
it.
good idea.
It's always it's good to have
Oh, we
these
can do it just
brainstorming, man. You come up with these really cool little things. It's like, hey, I got this box of stuff. I don't know what to do. Hey, you know, do it.
Yeah.
Bump him in 9 days and go, hey, psst.
Well, I'll just listen to
Now, wait a
podcasts.
minute.
Oh, there you go.
You guys are hanging out tonight, just chat.
Yeah, on your way home, listen to the podcast and Siri take notes for you.
I don't use Siri. That's evil.
Jimmy.
I agree.
Gemini, keep me company on my 9-hour drive to Ohio.
She has.
Because I don't have Siri. That's good. That's okay. Anybody else got a question? Now we just created dump trade.
I have a not question, but a statement. All right, this is the way that I like to use the dangler sheath.
Nice.
Most of the time, I take the dangler, fold that down, and just wear it as a hip sheath. But now I use the dangler, I make sure that I can take the Chicago straw out. That is my field straw backup.
Oh, right on.
Look at the bake right on Brian. That's awesome.
Yeah, I like
And
it.
that works really good for that. And obviously it's shiny and rough, so you have sort of two grits.
I bet you Spen could make you one with a field strop thing.
Every time I get a dangler sheath, I have one.
That's it.
No,
Put a fancy coat compound on it.
True.
We make
True.
it belt
I will say this, the ones that for a bigger knife with the dangler, I think I was not a fan of the dangler because it's moving around, and when I want to grab my knife, I want muscle memory, I want it right there. However, the big Gen 5 prototype thing I've been carrying, it automatically folds into the small of your back when you get in the car. I think the sheath is so long, it just hits the seat, you get in, it's right there, it's not in the way, it doesn't hurt, and one day I'm like, oh my God, I lost my sheath. No, it's back here.
Scout carry, car carry.
It's awesome, works very well.
I like that.
And the square bottom I like too, with that little eyelet, because I have attached gear to that with a couple different clips. Or paracord, or one of those little sealed pill vials that you can pack Vaseline impregnated cotton balls in, or like the
Pour your rose under.
That's a shot for
One of my favorite things that I did was I had a GNS with a dangler sheath, and I bolted on a small Northern Hunter to that sheath, and the leather dangler loop was long enough where I was able to run it around the whole thing. So it was like a little belt for the small Northern Hunter sheath on the
You
GNS
took
sheath.
it off the sheet.
Yeah.
I made a couple.
It looked great. Oh my gosh, it looks good. And it worked great too. Fantastic.
Interesting.
Back in the old days, now you're saying that, Spen and I were like, okay, leather does not hold like kayak. So we came up with that strap that goes around the sheath, and I can have it on my workhorse.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
We don't have it, it's not marketing, we're not selling that particular thing, but you can't drop, that knife will not shake out. I remember he sent me a picture, he had it on a scale or something, turned upside down with weights hanging from the knife. to see how much weight it took to pull the knife out.
Hanging from the garage, the shop garage. Yeah.
Yeah. That is a great thing. We got to bring that.
And
Yeah.
what, 50 pounds?
Oh, I don't remember, but
I had probably
Small
It's not
child.
gonna
probably about 10 pounds on it.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
I mean, if you fall down and roll down a cliff, your knife's not falling out. It literally is holding in like a Kydex block.
Yeah, I've had one. Or
Yeah. Well, it's in my desk right now.
Yeah, I've
It
seen
worked
yours.
great. Yeah, that's
If you
right.
can't see this in your mind, it's a 1-inch piece, 1-inch tall piece of Kydex that just wraps around the mouth of the sheet.
The beautiful thing about the Kydex is you can heat it with a hairdryer and squeeze
Snug it up a
it.
little, yeah.
Snug it up if it gets a little loose. That's what
Yeah.
It is a really good blending of Kydex and leather technologies
So
together.
we actually need to figure that out.
The leather lined Kydex that you did
Whatever.
ever so often you did the leather lined Kydex. I thought that was really cool too.
Yeah, choppers and stuff.
So
Mhm.
Put the leather in.
I have one on my regulator. Yeah,
Okay.
I like it.
I actually like that one that we came up with, which was just like a little piece of Kydex that went on the top of Chicago
Went into Chicago. It's just
Yeah,
a
like a
little
string.
knob.
Right, all you
Yes.
do is just flip it
You
over.
flip it over
Yeah.
and it locks in. That
Yeah.
was brilliant.
That one was really nice.
You've seen it, but you don't remember it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. We should bring this.
Distinct possibility.
We gotta do that.
Do we know anybody that's really good at Kydex?
No.
Okay.
well, the other day.
If only Brian were here.
Yeah.
Wow. Damn. The other day you did that.
Yeah, no. That,
Oh, wait, no, that was
come back.
Right.
All right, somebody else got something? You. Oh, what do you got?
Yes.
Speak loud.
Louder. Have you ever made any like sword scabbards or anything like that? Big?
Back when I was doing customs, actually, yes, I did.
What's the biggest sheet you ever made?
A whole bin.
There was a local knife maker that made some custom knives, which was actually, it was kind of a cosplay thing. It was 4 or 5 knives and everything and they were more like the, like horror film theme is what they were. You wanted them to look like that. So they were like a number of 2 or 3 different types of cleavers, those kind of style, and a couple smaller ones. And this went on a 2-inch wide belt. So some of these things were probably 15 inches long. It was just, so it was more of a cosplay. It had that look to it, like a horror film look. You know, of what?
Didn't you make a plague mask?
Yes.
Yes.
Which is super cool.
I'll take one.
Oh, it was super cool. Have you seen it?
No.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Is that the one with the big
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I didn't make that, but Chris made
I
that.
want
Okay,
to
that
go
was-
with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Chris,
You have to put like rosemary and sage in the nose so you can light it so you don't smell the
yeah.
Egg.
Chris made that one year for Tim's daughter because she wanted to go as a plague doctor for Halloween.
I remember that. That was creepily cool.
Yeah, he did a phenomenal job with that.
Yeah.
And isn't there some type of a kilt, a leather kilt in the office?
Sort of.
Or Birdman or something?
Yeah. There's our mascot that is unnamed yet that's sitting there. It's a partial mannequin that's sitting on top of our microwave. That's
right, keep it.
Well, if it starts moving.
But we've slowly dressed him over the years. In the dumpster by the shop, I found somebody with a PlayStation guitar, so I put that on there. He's got a horn, some type of horn plastic coffee cup that's hanging on there. He's got a canvas satchel that's on there, and he's got a partial kilt on there that's made from some of our small sheets. The fronts, the ones that are stitched all the way around the pancake sheets. So I made a partial kilt for that of just using rivets. So that's on the top. He's been well dressed through the years.
I feel like a bandolier of
And
sheets.
he's got a funky tie on. He's got a weird hat on too. So
Well,
yeah.
any other questions? I want to tell a story.
Is it Spen story time?
Yeah, let's tell the Indiana story. Tell a story. We've been waiting a whole episode.
Yes.
So I don't even know how many years ago, but a long time.
And now the
ago.
rest of the story.
Yeah, a long time ago, Spen and I met at a Indiana gun show, the Indy 1500. So I had a booth there, and he was coming over for the weekend. I was like, hey, you got to come try this show. It was halfway for him, halfway for me, that kind of thing.
Well, you had
blind horse, so yeah.
You had a big section like that. I said, hey, I've got a small part of the table. You want to set up?
Yeah, why not? So who came over? You, Jimmy?
I think it was
Yeah, and then Dan and I were there, and we had a bunch of knives, and we were both. It was busy. We were doing things. Two things happened that were hilarious at least to me. So at one point, he's running around and he's selling cheese and people, and he's taking, drawing things out and all this stuff. And the guy comes up and he's looking at knives, and I'm just messing with the guy a little bit. And the guy goes, "So what steel is this on the knife?" And Spen was, you remember, he was kind of milling in the background, going by, doing something. I go, "Hey, Spen, what steel is this?" And he grabbed it from me, he put it up like this, and he licked it and went, "That's 01. With never cracked a smile, handed it back and walked away. And the guy looked at me and he went, I said, "Yeah, he's that good." It's like, it was just like, wait a minute, did you guys just do that? So that was that. And then we were sitting there, and
you were whittling or doing something.
Yeah, we were making
like 5 or 6 or something like that,
or something. And we were talking about sharpness and strops and stuff. So Spen being there, I didn't have to demonstrate a strop. I said, "Spen, I want to see how these guys want to see how to strop a knife." And there were 4 or 5 guys standing there just asking questions, looking at stuff, So Spen picked the knife up off the table.
It was one you were using.
Yeah, it was one. Yeah, we'd been messing with it, chopping with it, and he started stropping it. And then, like 30 seconds later, he took it, rolled up his sleeve, and peeled all the hair off of his arm and set it back down. And those guys just looked at me, and every one of them grabbed a wallet, pulled it out, and opened it, and started putting strops. It was like the best sales tool I'd ever seen in my life. I mean, he did it straight face, didn't crack a smile, did his thing, and stepped away. It was just hilariously funny, and we laughed about it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And it was a great.
It couldn't have been set up any better.
No, and it was unplanned, and realized that it just kind of fell into place, man. Mm-hmm. And what a great time that was. There's no doubt.
That was a good show for us.
Heck yeah, good show. That was cool.
Yeah, I had another guy that came up. I think it was one of the Backwoods magazines. I think one of the early ones that I had. It was one that Tim Stetzer wrote an article for, and it was a sheet that I made for him for that article. And the guy came up with the magazine. He's like, "Are you the guy? Did you make this sheet?" And I was like, "Yeah, I did. Can you sign this for me?" Like, "You want an autograph?" I'm like, "Okay, sure." Grab a Sharpie, sign it. Like, "Thank you. That's so awesome."
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Cool. It's fun getting out to shows.
Yeah,
people, like Georgia Bushcraft being a great one to go to if people haven't gone to that one. Blade Show's another one. Yeah. And I don't know where else do you end up going here?
Those two and then REC.
Oh, yeah.
Knife Appreciation.
Yeah. REC, which is another great one. Just a fun time around Columbus, too. Mm-hmm. Just always a good time.
Yeah.
Well, we're getting close to the end. You guys have some other questions?
Can I mention one more thing?
You can tell anything you want, bud.
Okay. I don't have a story, but I do need to mention, if you are in the Pound House, you know that Halloween is really big in the Pound House. In fact, the last, I think, couple of years, it's not, hey, here's a knife on October 31st. It's the whole month. And this year we had 10 themed knives. That's all I'm going to say.
Themed
up something.
Still see the trauma on your face.
Something really cool.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I didn't know if it was going to happen all 10. I thought maybe 3, and I didn't contact Spen super fast.
Is that really? I think October 29th.
Yeah, just about. Yes, right. Well, that's the line. Your lack of planning does not constitute my crisis.
Well, apparently it did.
but then I did.
Well, you came through with line going.
I said, oh, by the way, I need 10.
And what did he say? Okay, I'll stop making money and do these for you.
Pretty much, yeah.
Now these were again, I'm using
works of art,
themed sheaths. Every single one of them
over the top
was different. Everyone was spectacular. My personal favorites were these 4 specific ones. If you're in the Pound House, you know what I'm talking about.
We're being intentionally vague because we don't want to upset anyone in the copyright industry.
Yeah, exactly. They were all gorgeous, over the top, but just the little Easter egg things that went into all of them Fantastic.
And I got to give Chris, who is my full-time employee, I got to give him 100% credit on those, because I told him exactly what we needed, what sheets they were, and I turned him loose on it. And he put 2.5 weeks of work in those things, of those 10 sheets.
Yeah, you didn't see him for 2 weeks yet.
No, I saw him every day, and I was doing all the production stuff myself.
There was just a cloud of smoke and some electrical.
Yeah, they were incredible.
But that's 100% Chris. Any of those Halloween ones are pretty much 100% Chris. He is just a fantastic artist with that stuff.
It's good to have people that are
Although
great
you
at it.
knocked the shark sheath out of the
The shark is all me. I did the shark one.
That was totally.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
The year before. Yeah, last year was Jaws.
No, that was this year.
No, this year. I'm sorry.
That was
To
shark
celebrate the 50th
Oh, I'm sorry.
anniversary.
I'm thinking of
Yeah,
Halloween.
yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, we did some for the 50th anniversary of Jaws movie. Yeah.
Yeah, that one I'll take credit for.
We've
That
done
was
some
awesome.
crazy things. The
But
big
they're
Previous
four-
years were some sheets along with some custom boxes they came.
Monster.
For Universal Monsters.
the giant
Those
the
are
destroyed
not really good,
cities.
too.
Yeah.
I mean, Chris did a phenomenal job with those two.
The one, again, if you're on a Powerhouse, I know you've seen this. One was the Frankenstein knife
gosh, that was
and
intense.
sheath. And the sheath was loosely stitched together as if it was made from the skin of many other people's.
Right.
And
Too
the
bad we
box,
couldn't have used all the branded sheaths for that.
the box had a table in it that tilted up just like the Frankenstein lab table that he was strapped to. It had a little belt on. He put the knife on it. It was just over the top. Incredible.
That was a fun one.
Yeah, we have sat on the phone and come up with some crazy, because I'll brainstorm something and I'll go, hey, or I'll send him a picture of something. I said, can you do that? Of course I can do that. Yeah. And just over the years come up with this, that, or the other that we needed for something.
If for nothing else, join the Powerhouse before next Halloween and see what and Spen can come up.
You'll probably find out about it before Spen does.
Yeah.
Just next time,
That's funny.
Scooter, next time you do this, if you're going to do 10 knives, give me like 3 months.
Oh, man. All right, I'll
So,
try.
or do less than 10, because I would really, really appreciate that. I don't want to lose all
were
Let's try submitting the knives in September.
Yes.
I don't hate that. Yeah. So, Spen, if someone wants to get a hold of you, and you have a lot of sheaths that fit a lot of stuff, like you know what fits an SE3, you know what fits a Bravo from Bark River.
On our website, there is a downloadable PDF file that has all our different sheets on it and the compatibility of what knives fit it.
Do you call it sheath finder?
No, that's good.
That's a whole website.
That's a website, sheetfinder.com. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. So they can download that. They can see what's on there. If nothing's on there, you feel free to email me at jreindustries@gmail.com. If you can send a picture of it next to a ruler, what I'll do is I'll print that out full scale. I'll throw it on the laser and cut it out of cardboard. And then I can get a better idea of how it fits in a sheet.
Gotcha. Good deal. So that is JRE.com or
JREindustries.com is the website.
okay, there you go. So you guys can get a hold of Spen over there. Brother, thanks for coming by and being
My pleasure. My pleasure. This has been a blast.
And you can check out all the knives on ltwrightknives.com and woodsmonkey.com.
And some of the Spen sheets.
And yeah, tons of JRE stuff on there.
And I also have an imperfect site for imperfect sheets that don't meet our criteria to ship out. For years they've been going in a box and boxes and boxes and boxes. And I came up with the idea of coming up with an outlet store rather than trying to sell them on eBay. So
There you go.
there's an outlet store with all our imperfect sheets, wetdogleather.com.
I love it.
Wetdogleather.com if you want and again, still top quality. It just may have, like you said, a mark
Just
on it.
aesthetic
You couldn't do something.
And extremely reasonable
There you go.
for pricing.
Yeah, there's no reason not to buy a sheet there if you need a sheet for something. Or a second sheet.
How long has that been a thing? I never heard of that before yet.
About a year and a half now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Missed it. Missed the memo.
And there's some other things on there too that, I've collected through the years that have been on there. So
Yeah, there you go. Well, Matt, thank you very much. And thank you all for participating in the show, listening. We appreciate that.
We almost made it to 50.
Yeah, I know. Next time is episode 50. How cool is that?
We should have 10 out
here.
for episode 50.
Logan, thanks for doing all the filming, brother. Appreciate that. thanks everybody for being here. Anybody got some final words they need to throw out there?
Thanks for making the awesome cheese, Spen.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Be sure to like
Yeah.
the podcast, review the podcast,
Subscribe to the podcast.
Do all that.
follow the podcast, support the podcast.
Support the
Live
podcast.
for the
Buy the podcast of coffee. Yeah,
I could use another microphone real soon.
all right, we could use some new tools. All right, guys, thank you very much for being here. God bless you. See you next time.
See you. Bye.